Hello everybody, welcome back to the E.W.A channel. It's your boy Axel, and today we're coming at you with another tier list with the boy E.W.A. Say hello.
Hello, hello.
Alright, so you guys, I'm guessing you guys probably know the concept already. We've got about 25 characters of the Lord of the Rings, and we're just going to rank them a tier list.
We're talking about the trilogy here.
Yeah, the trilogy.
Of course, the original.
We're not going into the Hobbit quite yet.
Yeah, we could do that maybe another time.
Yeah, if you guys want to see it, just leave us a comment below and we'll do it for you guys. But we need to watch the movie. I haven't watched the movies for such a long time, so I
actually watched them recently because I was bored out of my skull in lockdown. Yeah.
Alright, so we've got at the top. We've got God tier. Second to the top, we've got Legend. We've got Vanilla at the third one. Waste of Space in the fifth, and we've got in the sixth. We've got How Did He Get the Gig, which is self-explanatory, isn't it?
I guess so. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, so let's do it. What are we
so
saying?
You want to get them started?
Yeah. What are we saying about Boromir?
Well, so yeah, we have to separate. Of course, we both love the game Battle for Middle-earth, so we kind of have to separate the character in the movie from the game. Because there are some things, for instance, like if you look at Lurtz, you know, he plays a huge part in the game. He's incredibly important, but like honestly, in the movie, he doesn't really. You know, he has a very short part in the children.
Yeah.
Boromir is kind of like Boromir is a little bit in it like that, but I suppose he's still kind of legend, though, isn't he?
Dude, Boromir was one of my favorite. I remember when I watched The Lord of the Ring when I was a kid. I really liked Boromir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you cry when Boromir died?
I'm not saying that. Not giving you that.
Had a lump in your throat.
A bit.
No, it is kind of a sad moment, though. Yeah, okay. I think he's definitely legend. He deserves to be up there as legend.
I'll go with the legend. Alright.
Okay.
Boromir, I
okay
love you, my man. How did you die like that, stupid Lurtz?
Yeah.
Alright. Second one, we've got Elrond. What are we saying for Elrond?
Elrond? For me, he's a bit vanilla, honestly.
Yeah, I don't even remember him in the movie. I'd give him
well, he is, you know, like in when they have the council there at at his place over there.
Yeah, that was the Fellowship one.
Yeah, and after that he only like appears in dreams and shit.
Dreams, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he talks to a what's her face. It's so annoying. And it's even worse when they speak in Elvish. That's the worst. But I think for me, like Elrond has to go. He's kind of vanilla, you know. He's not really. He doesn't really have like a very interesting part. He doesn't really do anything super interesting.
Yeah, I would go vanilla.
Yeah, vanilla for me.
I would even give him a Waste of Space, you know. Could we go there though?
But he kind of has to be in the story though. Is the thing.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I'm thinking. If we.
And of course, he's Arwen's dad. You know, he's Steven Tyler's daughter's dad. You know? Yeah.
I'm really interested in what you're gonna say about Eomer.
Eomer? I don't know. He has the part, of course, to play, but he's sort of not really very much in there, and he's also a bit of a bastard. Talks crap to the hobbits and stuff like that.
I love him, man. Isn't he? Is he the one that?
Well.
Is he going with Gandalf at the end in the Battle of Minas Tirith? Isn't he? He's coming with Gandalf.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. They're like the outlaws, you know. They're like outlawed and stuff.
That's one of the best scenes, man.
I guess he has to be above vanilla, you know, surely. But yeah, I guess he kind of has to be a legend. He is one of like the more solid heroes in the game. Yeah.
I'm putting him in as a legend. He's kind of a legend.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
We've got Elwyn.
Yeah. 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 She has that whole like feminist story where she wants to be like a man.
I am no man.
All that crap. But you have to give her credit, though. She does chop the head off a fell beast. That's pretty cool. And she kills the damn Witch King. Yeah.
But she's a witch.
So where does that put her? But she kind of, yeah, she's a little bit annoying just generally. Kind of, a little bit. I don't know.
Kind of have a crush on
I mean, you kind of like, you know, and she can't even cook, you know?
Did I just hear someone use a macroaggression?
Don't say it!
Yeah, and she can't even cook. I don't know. I think she has to be maybe. You know what? I'm gonna go controversial here and say she's legend, because although she can't cook and although she has this unrequited love for, I think she kind of has a thing. It's kind of like set up that she has a thing with Faramir at the end. So she gets a man after all, right?
Didn't she?
And then she can retire and be like a good housewife.
Didn't she have a crush?
Didn't
she have a crush on Aragorn?
But she kind of gives that whole. She kind of gets over all that after she kills the fell beast.
Oh yeah, she's
and her dad
really good
died.
about herself. Oh, maybe not.
Yeah. She kind of realized herself and realized that maybe she didn't need, you know, to chase after a man. And plus, there was always Faramir, you know. I think she kind of has to maybe go in legend because of what she did, you know. Like, she kind of did some, like, pretty serious business there in the battle there at the... So, yeah, maybe legend, unless you really strongly disagree.
I was about to put her in waste of space, but you can't really do it, because since she killed the fell beast and she killed the Witch King, you know. So, legend it is, I think.
Okay. If you have no objections, go on and stick her in legend.
Alright, that's one. This one is a waste of space for me. I know in the games and stuff like that, she's really good and stuff, but Galadriel for me in the movies.
Yeah, because she's very much involved with all the Elvish talk, and the only time she's really cool is when like the ring is offered to her and she gets like all that like looking kind of like that.
I would say in the Hobbit,
like,
she's a god tier for me in the Hobbit, but
yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about her because usually all the parts that are associated with her are all the boring parts. The only good bit is where she's with the well at the well with Frodo, right? And he offers her the ring, and she's like, ah!
Yeah. Well, waste of space.
Kind of waste of space.
Kind of waste.
Could have cut a lot of the stuff. Kind of waste of space. I mean, you could have cut half of her bits out, you know.
I would even say.
And you wouldn't.
How did you get the gig?
You know, cut her out and give more time to Mouth of Sauron, you know. What the hell happened to Mouth of Sauron? That's a thing. That's controversial for later, but yeah.
I would say even, how did she get the gig?
I don't know. She kind of has to be in there, I suppose, somehow, you know.
Yeah.
But
then again, yeah, she's part of the story, but you can't really, you know.
Yeah, it's just waste of space, because it's the part I always skip once, like, you know, like I always skip that part. Always, it never fails. It can't be bothered. Yeah.
Alright, we've got the wizard.
Yeah.
You shall not pass!
He can only really be God tier, can't he?
Dude, he's so cool. Oh,
yeah,
the bottom with the Balrog, man.
Yeah, he has to be God tier.
Straight to God tier. Come on, Gandalf. We love
yeah, I don't even know if I need to elaborate much on that, you know, and like, yeah, he's just such a cool character, and he's throughout all the movies, just, well, of course, the actor that plays him, what's his name? Like, just a great character.
What's his name, actually?
Ian McKellen or something.
Yeah, Ian McKellen.
McKellen or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant actor.
Yes.
I mean, so yeah, just super cool guy. And obviously, yeah, huge part in the movie and plays it super well. I mean, you couldn't really imagine anyone playing that, could you? I mean, it's just him.
Yeah.
He makes that character his own.
I think the Hobbits movies is it's the only character I really, you know, really liked.
Yeah, at the risk of straying into that trilogy, at the risk of straying into that trilogy, there's also, of course, Sauron in that. But he's he's absolutely brilliant. He can't be anywhere but God tier.
Alright, we've got the next Woman.
Who am I looking at though?
Elwyn.
Well,
dude, I don't think I don't think she's a waste of space. The battle against the Nazguls, come on.
Yeah, with the flood.
With the flood. Oh my
god.
god.
That's like about it, right?
Yeah. And she's I don't know.
And then there's like blah 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 Elvish speak, blah blah blah. I came to you in my dreams and all that. The love story that that's just totally, yeah, that's unnecessary love story there. I think for me, just kind of vanilla.
Vanilla. Yeah, I would give her a waste of space if she didn't have the battle with the Nazguls and stuff. I would even put her out. Yeah, how did she get the job? But she's the daughter of...
Because of her dad, yo.
Yeah.
Steven Tyler's daughter, man.
One of my favorite frontmen.
Also, may I just say that the Elvish ears just look so like out of place on her for some reason. I don't know what it is, but it never sat right with me. She just doesn't have a face type that lends itself to pointy ears. Think about it. You'll never be able to look at her the same way again.
That's true.
Because she has that round face and then like the pointy. It just doesn't work for me.
Alright, the next two we're gonna do together, because I don't know what the difference between them. I don't remember what the names.
Pippin and what's his face?
Merry and Pippin.
Yeah. Well, they're kind of cool sidekick characters, you know. Like the best, probably one of the funniest things is when after Isengard is flooded after the Ents attack, and in the opening of the second movie, where you got isn't that the Two Towers? I guess it is the Two Towers.
Yeah.
When you got the... So they're kind of funny, like they find the whole larder with all the stuff and they're sitting there and like, yeah.
Getting pissed.
But other than that, you know, like one of them has like a side story where he goes into the king's, not the king, but the steward of Gondor's service, and the other one has like another story.
Yeah.
And they do like play their parts, and they're always like being dragged into the story and kind of put in the story, and, you know, like they're supposed to be cute or something, but for me they're just a bit vanilla.
Yeah, I have to agree.
I mean, no, that's me.
Alright, we've got a dwarf.
Yeah, okay, well, I mean, I don't know if God's here. What do you think?
What? You don't know if... Dude, Gimli... I have to say, Gimli and Legolas were my favorite. When I watched the movie when I was younger, Legolas and Gimli was my favorite, just because they had this kind of competition between them mid-battle.
They have they have the rivalry, like with the counting.
I'm already on 27.
That only counts as one.
That still only counts as one.
That still only counts as one.
Yeah, when he takes out the Muma in the final battle.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Stick him in God tier.
Dude, Gimli's a God tier. And when him and Legolas are getting drunk, and Legolas drinking, madman.
Definitely, he's and he can't get drunk. He's like, I feel a slight tingling sensation or something like that.
And then you see Gimli passed out.
Like an old cross-eyed and No, he's definitely like one of the core of characters that are like really the main characters, so I suppose fair enough. The God tier it is. Yeah.
Alright.
Reasonable enough.
Next up we got Gollum.
Oh, Gollum. What do you think? I think God tier in the movie. I mean, you know, this is not the game.
Has to be.
Has to be. The actor's performance is completely out of this world.
This is so crazy.
Amazing.
You know the backstory
of Gollum? You know, well, yeah, of course.
What
the actor or?
Yeah, the actor.
Oh, like how it was done?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was done with like a lot of green screen, plus he wore like kind of a suit and shit and stuff. I mean,
I saw like a small documentary when they're...
Yeah, it's like a 35-minute documentary where it focuses on him. Is that the one you're talking about? Because I saw that one as well.
And
many years ago.
Actually, something really cool. He actually, when he recorded the vocals to Gollum, he actually had to move like him. And it didn't
Right. No,
it was film or anything. He just had to move like him. He was so into the character, dude.
Oh no, totally. But also another thing, and this is the CGI bit, because there's obviously a lot of CGI in these movies, and in some movies it works better than in others. But with this character, the CGI is just so flawless, because it's like they take his actual face, and when you see the real actor, you just see how they incorporated him. It's just mental how good it is.
Here it is.
Like, and honestly, because I'm so old that I read the books, or sort of read the books before, you know, at least I read The Hobbit before.
Yeah.
I gave up on the trilogy because it was boring to read. But honestly, Gollum, you know, after, you know, it's like one of those rare things where you read a book and then you're thinking, how can they ever make a movie that depicts that? And then you see it and you're just like, there's just no other way Gollum could be for you after that, you know?
That's
it's
true.
Just, yeah, he should definitely be up there. And he's also like a really important character in the movie in the movies throughout, right? So
yeah,
because he has that whole struggle between like he's good and bad, you know, like
and
where he almost sort of he's like struggling to come back to like where he, you know,
in
where
some
like,
points of the video you feel like he's going to come to the,
it's really heartbreaking.
To the
right
good side, and then at one point I think you feel like someone betrays like feelings and stuff like that.
The thing is, exactly. The thing is, you feel really sorry for him. You know, like you really empathize with him, and that's like really it's just an incredible achievement. It's just a great performance by, I can't remember the actor's name. He's not really famous for anything else, I think, but yeah, definitely.
Alright, we've got Grima Wormtongue up next.
Grima, well, I mean, he's a great character, you know?
Yeah. But
he's kind of limited to the first movie, and then, you know, after he stabs Sauron, right? That's about it.
Is it a waste of space, though?
He's not a waste of space by any... No, he's awesome when he's in the King's Hall, and he's like, you know, he has got that spell on him. It's pretty cool.
He looks so...
I think he's even above and... Yeah, and the way, like, I think he's great. I don't know. I think he's... I don't know. Is he even legend? Maybe he's even... I don't know if he's a legend, though. But he's kind of like a little bit above vanilla for me.
Yeah, he can't be. Maybe in the top vanilla. Above Elrond, above Arwen.
Okay. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. I think he's a great character. He really is. I mean, he's an awesome character.
Yep. Alright, we've got Gothmog.
Who we got next?
The pink. Pink, like Mordor.
Yeah, he's like kind of like the captain or the sort of like the leader of the troops there. I don't know. I failed to really connect with him.
Yeah.
He doesn't have like, I don't know, and he also isn't really present much except for in the last movie, is he?
That's true.
Honest, I think.
How did you get the gig?
For me, how did he get the gig? Yeah. I don't know if that's really his face.
He's a bit of
if that's really his, is a bit of a what? Sorry.
Stinker. I don't know.
I don't know. It's just kind of it kind of feels like they have to have someone kind of leading the troops, and so it's just him. But he's very generic. You don't really get like any feeling about him one way or the other. He's just basically like kind of like another orc. Although there is that one bit where they start hurling big building blocks at the, you know, big chunks of masonry at the besieging army there at the final battle.
Yeah.
And he's like, it smashes down right next to him, and he's just like, you know. I don't know. Is he a waste of space, or is he? How did he get the gig? I mean, because he's not a well thought out character. I think he doesn't really do much. You know,
he can't be at Galadriel's level. If we put Galadriel in waste of space, dude, when Galadriel gets that weird, like when she turns blue and scary like that, you know.
Yeah. Okay. So, like, I guess, how did he get the gig? You know, I don't know. I guess a face like that, you know, you can get like a monster gig. It's not his. It's not his real face.
How did you get a gig? It is.
Yeah. All right then.
Dude, you can't convince me. This one is not a god tier. this is
Well,
we're talking about Legolas.
I think. Yeah, I think you kind of alluded to it before, right? So like they're kind of like sidekicks in a way, like they have this friendly or not so friendly competition sometimes. So yeah, I guess pretty much stick him in God tier, and that's not really.
I would put him above
really
Gandalf as well.
I don't know about that.
Oh.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I'll rate them individually in God tier. They're all like up there as main characters. He's definitely an important character. So yeah, I think on the same level, it's fair.
We've got next up is Sam.
Sam, yeah, he's a good guy, you know.
I don't like him. I'm gonna be straight.
No, I don't know. He's like Frodo's friend and everything, and he's like his buddy and all of that. But I think he's annoying for me. Yeah, he's kind of annoying too.
Waste of space.
Waste of space?
Yeah, well, we are putting him on waste of space, but it's not really a waste of space. Look at it that way, because we're rating it by the performance and the like what they bring to the movie, right? And I think they could have do a better job with a Sam and a Frodo. They're supposed to.
Well, I mean, again, he's just kind of like the quaint hobbit, right? That always wants to be stuff like that. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think maybe I'd be kind to him and put him in vanilla, because I think we stuck the other hobbits in vanilla, so maybe he deserves to be there because he's probably more prominent than they are. And I mean, he does free him from Shelob, right? So, and he is with him all the way, you know, to Mordor. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess for me, he's kind of vanilla. I don't know if waste of space is fair to him.
Well,
because I mean,
okay.
You can't really put him below the other two, like Merry and Pippin, in my opinion.
Alright, we've got Lurtz.
Yeah, that's a funny one.
That's a weird one.
Yeah, because he's not even actually named in the movie, I think.
I don't think he has a name.
Like,
I don't think nobody...
No, I think he was only actually... They had to make a name for him in the game. I don't know if he even has a name, and I think if my lore kind of memory serves me correct, he's not really even a character in the trilogy. I could be wrong. Feel free to pound me in the comments if I am, but... You know... But I think he's a made-up character to an extent, and obviously he's a cool character, but you hardly see him, right? Like, basically his function is also to go there, kill Boromir, and then...
Like the leader of the Uruks, in like that... Like...
Yeah, supposedly, yeah. But then again, he just kind of goes and dies, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's not even at Helm's Deep, right?
That's true.
You know, they kind of managed without him, so... it would be unfair to Lurtz to call him a waste of space, but maybe he is kind of a waste of space. I don't know. That's also against almost my religion to say that. I love Isengard so much in the game, you know. But
not only in the game, in the movies as well. Isengard are so cool.
But come on, if the hobbits are vanilla, he can't be a waste of space, can he? He kind of needs to be. I don't know.
I would actually put him in legend, you know. He killed Boromir, and the fight against Aragorn. Oh man.
Yeah, the one where he's like trying to bite him.
When he has a sword in his chest. He's
run through.
Yeah.
He's run through and he's like pushing to try to bite him in the face. He tried to bite Aragorn's face off. So there. I don't know. I'll let you. I'll be okay with putting him in legend, I guess. He killed Boromir. Yeah. Okay, legend.
Legend it is. Damn, we don't have a lot. How did he get the gig?
Also, maybe like he kind of reflects the glory of what is Isengard's army, because by far, in my opinion, the coolest army in the movie and maybe in the game as well. But that's again me being very biased. Is, you know, the Uruk-hai, you know, like that's just such a vicious army.
Yeah.
And it's much cooler than actually Mordor's army. When you like honestly, Mordor's army is just a bunch of crummy orcs, okay? So they have trolls, but still.
Isengard's
army is so cool.
So kind of like organized and...
Yeah,
beautiful.
And evil in just a pretty way.
They are like super like tough and like, you know, they have some...
Yeah, no, definitely. And also, like, the whole way they're produced, like, it's much more of a story about them, how they, like, pop out of the ground and stuff like that, and they're, like, undead orcs, and they're just much cooler than the regular orcs, honestly, like.
That's true.
They're just 10 times cooler. Plus, they have, like, a standardized uniforms, you know, which, like, really the orcs don't have. They're just kind of rabble, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay.
Alright, next up, we've got Faramir.
Faramir, yes. Your thoughts?
How did he get the gig?
Yeah, kind of how did he get the gig?
I don't remember anything about him, to be honest with you. I remember when...
Well, except like he goes on a suicidal mission and he's almost burnt. And, you know... Well, he has some interactions, of course, with when they catch, you know, when he's out there with the Rangers and they catch...
yeah, those...
When they catch Frodo and Sam and that. But, like... I don't know, he's just a really bland character. He's, like...
Yeah, how did he get the gig? Fuck.
He doesn't really add a great deal, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, yeah.
Alright. So what do you think about Frodo?
Well, it's also a tough one, but he is kind of the main character, sort of, in a sense.
I hate him.
Yeah, he's a little bit goody two-shoes, but he is kind of a main character.
Yeah. I mean, he has the moment when he and Gollum are fighting in Mount Doom over the lava thingy.
Right.
That's a cool one, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he kind of, you know, I don't know. He's kind of an empty vessel, right? He progresses the story, but he's a little bit, I don't know. This might be controversial, but yeah, I'm also not. Like, his whole struggle with the thing with the ring, I mean, it gets a little bit tiring also after a while, you know, like, yeah, okay, it's really tough. Get on with it, please, you know. Honestly, I'd kind of stick him with the rest of the hobbits in vanilla, because he's not really the most interesting kind of...
That's enough for
me. Like guy there. Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, Mouth of Sauron.
Now, there we go. Yeah, so that's the thing. It's really odd that he has such a small part in the movie.
Yeah.
When he's clearly, like, if you had given him, like, a bigger part to play.
Yeah.
Like, cause I mean, honestly, you don't have to stick, I can't even remember. I think he's possibly a real character on, I can't remember if he is or not. I can't remember if he really exists in the universe, you know, of Tolkien.
I don't quite remember. I think it's kind of like...
I think maybe he does. Actually,
yeah, it definitely does, but...
Because Sauron doesn't have a physical form, so he's kind of like the like, Mouth of Sauron, so he's like the embodiment, like, he's kind of like he's, you know, like he's, you know, chief of staff there. Honestly, he should have had a much bigger part in that, in the movie.
Oh my god, he was so cool.
It would be awesome if, for instance, instead of, what's-his-face, Gothmog being the leader there, that maybe it was him that was kind of, you know, so like, he was leading the troop, and he's like, I don't know, I just think, I mean, for as short a part as he has, but again, I'm also a little bit biased, maybe by the game, but I think...
Listen, we have to rate on the performance part, right? Because his part wasn't really long, right? But he was so cool, and you can't really forget him.
No. And the thing was, I think they almost cut him out of the movie as well altogether, which is really odd. I don't know how that, but like, I don't know. He should have just had a bigger part in the movie. I think such a cool character.
Yeah.
You know, like that face with that like helmet there and like the bloody. Wow, he's so evil.
And the way he speaks too.
Yes, oh my goodness. Yeah, he's so cool.
And he did, Gandalf, he did. Suffer greatly.
Yeah. Legend?
Legend. I have to.
Even if it is kind of a cameo, I mean, yeah, we put Lurtz there, so yes. Legend for me.
Alright, we've got a gut here. Come on. Saruman. Christopher Lee.
God tier. Yeah, for sure.
So sad what happened to him, bro, but that's life.
Yeah.
Just a great character.
I know. It's a great shame that we won't have any more of Sauron, you know.
Yeah.
The original, the one and the only. I mean, you know, you can't really imagine anyone playing. That's again the thing, you know, the two wizards in this movie, like really both of them.
Perfect.
And Saruman, he plays it so well. There's so many great scenes with him in movies, you know, like where he has that scene where he betrays, where Gandalf understands that he's being betrayed.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's so many things on that. Like, he's so intense. Like, it's, yeah, definitely. That's not much I can say. He's for sure got tier.
The quotes, oh my god, it gives me actually goosebumps when I hear it. When he does, like, the speech, when Grima Warrington actually tell him, like, but there is no such force, Saruman, or something like that, and then he come out with Grima and he see this massive army of Uruk-hai, and he's
that's also another
speech, and you power is rising.
Yes, of course. Oh, and there's also a small bit that's also really cool where he like shows him the new weapon, the mine there, and Grima doesn't understand what it is.
Yeah.
And he's standing there with like a torch or something, and he moves it out of the way, and he's like, don't do that now. yeah.
And the fight between Saruman and Gandalf, come on, it's just
for sure. Where he takes over his staff. Yeah, and has him spinning around there, and he breaks his staff as well.
Might be controversial, this one. We've got Sauron.
Well, yeah, well, he hasn't really got like a full-on, you know, part where he's actually in his shape as Sauron, except for that like recap where you go back to the battle that was like thousands of years before.
Yeah.
But I mean, he is pretty central to the whole thing, you know, so I think he kind of has to go up in God tier, because, you know,
it's Sauron, come on.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Like,
actually, if you go by the lore of you know, Tolkien and Middle Earth and all of that stuff, he's not like the most powerful being there ever was, but he's pretty damn powerful, obviously. You know, yeah. It's like, without him, there wouldn't really be 3 movies.
That's true. Alright, we've got the Army of the Dead.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I'm not crazy about the Army of the Dead. The funniest thing about the Army of the Dead is that bit that he does, Gimli, where he's like, maybe we should keep them around, you know? They're pretty handy. And they kind of make a face like, and the Oathbreakers, they're like,
What?
I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I think in the game there are God tier, but it's not a game. It's the Lord of the Ring, and they don't have like, I don't know. I wouldn't put them in Legend. I don't think.
Look, they're kind of a neat solution to a problem, right? So for me, they're kind of vanilla, to be honest, even a little bit. Like, it's because they kind of, you know, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
They are cool, don't get me wrong, but
are they Legend though?
Nah.
I don't know if they're Legend. I think just maybe vanilla for me. Also, I don't know. Hard to relate also to a bunch of ghosts that kill everything. Somehow.
Next up, we got Haldir.
Oh, well. All he really does is show up and die, right?
Yeah. The double chin.
How'd you get the gig?
How did you get the gig, bro?
Actually, he's one character that is completely similar in the movies and in the game. Because he doesn't do anything. I think, how'd you get the gig?
Yeah, that's boring.
Yeah, pretty much.
King Theoden.
Theoden? Has to be up there.
Would you give him Legend?
How do you even give him God tier?
For real?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, the speech of him.
I mean, he defends Helm's Deep, and you know, after that he takes part in the Battle of Minas Tirith, where he's slain, right, and all of that.
Yeah.
And you know, he comes back from being under the spell of Saruman and Grima and all of that. I think he's got to be God tier.
Alright, straight to God tier. It is.
King of Rohan.
We've got Treebeard. I don't know. I don't know about you guys and you, Yid, but
you know how I feel about the ends.
Yeah, he's so damn boring.
God, that's another thing that I tend to skip through is when they have all these like conversations with the trees. I just kind of can't stand it, and then I just kind of want to skip through them.
Waste of space.
Waste of space.
Yeah.
Talks too much. The forest of Fangor.
Get out of here.
Speak, they speak very slowly.
Alright.
Yeah.
And we've got the last one for today.
Well, it's gonna be
Aragorn.
I see really only one place you can go.
Indeed. The King of Gondor.
Of course, he has to be God tier, hasn't he?
And the husband of Steven Tyler's daughter.
Right. Plus he's Danish, sort of.
He's Danish?
Yeah, Viggo Mortensen, bro.
Oh, come on. That's a God. I would even put him in above God tier.
He even lived in Denmark for a while, but he's kind of a weird story because his dad is like something American or something. He grew up in Argentina and in America. All kinds of really mixed up story there. But I mean, Viggo Mortensen, yes, he's Danish. He has Danish roots. I think his mom is Danish. I can't remember one of the parents. Maybe his mom.
That's a God.
Usually it's the mom because the women, they're good looking. The women. He's a handsome fella too,
Yep.
And definitely, yeah. I mean, he's
on.
probably like the main. He's like the main hero, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta be up there.
God tier for me.
Yeah. Definitely.
And yeah, I think that's it.
I guess that's our ratings. Totally subjective, of course. So feel free to feel different, But yeah, all right. Well, it was a pleasure to be here with you, Axel, and I always enjoy doing this stuff with you. We'll maybe come back and do some more of these. I think we have a few more planned. And as always, if you have suggestions, feel free to let us know in the comments. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, Axel, you're the man.
On the beat.